we're all girls. We need to
support each
other.
We shouldn't distinguish a person by its figure, by its size, race, and skin tones.
I probably check out more pretty women than men.
Her monologue really resonates with me. Whatever the boys can do, girls can do that too. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hi, in case those who first came to my channel, I'm Mon Wei and I'm a female engineer. I'm a part-time influencer. This is Connie, my friend. I met her in university degree. She lives in Glasgow for 2 decades already, right? And she got accepted by Rolls-Royce after graduation, and she's she's a mom of 3 kids and she works as a teacher now. So let's get started.
Okay.
Do you know the movie Barbie? Now it's a really hit.
Yeah, it's such a talk about movie. So.
Yeah. Have you watched it?
Not yet. I'm yet to watch it.
Okay, so I'm not like leaking most of the contents, but there is one monologue from a reality person. Her name is Gloria. And one sentence, her monologue really resonates with me, and I'm going to share with you. Those are the topics that I want to discuss today with you. Most of them are related to the topic of feminism. Are you ready? Okay. So the monologue that Gloria addressed in the movie is,
you have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin.
do you think women should be thin in order to be beautiful?
No, the woman should be confident to be beautiful, and so there shouldn't be any kind of stereotype of what beautiful woman is. And all women are beautiful, so you need to be confident.
Yeah, but nowadays in China there's a kind of a stereotype. You should be light toned and should be slim, and that kind of a girl can be deemed as beautiful. For myself, like I have an Italian friend. There's a period of me being overweight, and you know that, right?
Oh, I wouldn't say overweight.
At the time, my family was so worried about me, and they wanted and pushed me to lose weight. But my Italian friend said, "Wait, I'm so proud of you because you are strong." That really likes the sunshine shining to the cracks of the egg. So ever since that, I think as long as you're confident, then you're beautiful. You don't have to be thin, right?
Definitely. I can totally relate. I was actually panicking before coming back. I've put on a lot of weight since the birth of my 3rd child. Because of the whole pandemic, I've not been back for many years, and it's literally up to the point before I was about to come back, I got worried, is people going to criticize me? I'm sure they will criticize me for putting on weight, and I suddenly have this body shame. I think, I'm going to China when it's summer, so we are not going to be wearing a lot of clothes, and they're going to see my real figure. I got really panicked. I got really worried beforehand. I tried to lose weight before coming, but then I realized, why do we care what people think of us? You should feel good about yourself. We've all come through different life experiences. It makes us who we are, and then we should embrace the way we look, because our parents give us that. And then don't let anyone else tell you what the definition of beauty is. You are the one to make that definition.
Yeah, great. 此处应有掌声。你看他多么的欣赏，站在那儿。Okay, let's continue.
You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time.
What about that? Because I see you as a successful woman who is able to balance kids and job, because you are raising 3 kids together with your husband. You didn't have any nannies to support you, and at the meantime you still have a wonderful job. How do you manage to be a mom and being yourself at the same time?
I always try to make a little bit time for myself, because at the end of the day, it's not what your husband wants, what your baby wants. It's also about what you want. So yes, you need to look after your family, look after your children, but at the same time, don't forget you exist as well.
Your babies, can you talk about that to our audience?
So in the Chinese tradition, mom is supposed to breastfeed the baby because it's the best, it provides the best nutrients for the babies. But for me, I feel like, you know, nowadays the baby formulas are so developed. There are so many, you know, extra vitamins. It's almost the same as breast milk. One of the reasons I bottle feed my baby was also, I think that my husband should be up at night as well. It shouldn't be me all the time because I'm tired, I've got a job, I've got other things, and then we should share responsibilities. So we just take turns. I do it once, he does it the second. Sometimes when the mom's breastfeed, the dad has the excuse to say,
oh, it's got nothing to do with me, I don't need to wake up, goodbye, I'm going to bed.
So it should be your choice. Please, if you believe breastfeeding is best for your babies, do that. But if you also feel like, don't feel like the society is pushing you to do it. If you feel like you've got other commitment, you don't want to be the only one waking up at night to feed the babies, and you just want to use baby formulas, feel free to do it. I did that for my 3 babies.
And they're all fine, they're all healthy.
They're perfectly fine, you know.
That's fair enough. Quite advanced. Copy that.
You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people.
So what do you think of that?
It's similar to what I think, especially the Chinese society, their view of women is, at the same time, they should be really capable of looking after children, cook delicious food, tidy up the house, but at the same time, they should also be able to provide for the family. They shouldn't let the men be the kind of the breadfeeder. They should contribute financially to the family as well. But there's no such thing as men should do the same thing. So there's a lot of pressure put on women. Not only they have to be, you know, they have to have a really good career, they also need to be a really good wife and mom. But it's unfair. It should be on both sides. It's not just on the woman.
Yeah. What about in the UK? Is it the same?
I would say in the UK, the dad does as much as the woman. Because when we walk on the road, you can see a lot of dad push the strollers. I love that, looking after the baby, they hold the baby. It's not just a woman's job. In the UK, I would say dad does as much, if not more, than the mom, because they appreciate what the mom has done, you know, to give birth, to give up a lot of their life just to have, you know, just to have baby and raise the family. So
Sure. I don't believe the situation in China somehow comes from the traditional culture. And I do see some changes, at least in my family, that my husband share a lot of housework and he runs errands in the house. I do believe like men and women should support each other and share the loads and share the happiness from these loads. And that could be like fair enough for us. At least that's a statute that we should pursue. Starting from my own family, like I cannot ask for too much from the whole society.
Never show off, never be selfish.
sometimes we can be too considerate towards the others. If you think maybe in the same situations when other people's life is not as well as yours, and then you're trying to, you know, hide the good things about you, hide your happiness, hide your fortune. But if you know, all we really care about is true family and true friends. If those people, they don't want to see you succeed, they don't want to see anything good about you, then they should be the people that you stay away from.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be a part of the sisterhood, but always stand out and always be grateful.
And for being pretty, I don't think women most of the time dress up for men, but instead, most of the time they dress up for girls and also for themselves. For example, for me, if I'm really down, I would put up makeup and spray some perfumes and I would feel lit up. And that's only for myself. And also, something about you dress too pretty to seduce men, I don't think that's an excuse for you not to dress well. For example, if you're in the island, you tend to dress less in order to expose more of your skin because it's nature. You want to expose to the sunshine. As long as you feel safe and you didn't hurt anyone else, you are free to dress whatever you like.
Definitely. And also I would say that I probably check out more pretty women than men. When I walk down the street, if I see a really beautiful woman, I would say, wow, so she's so pretty. I would look at, you know, the way she dresses, the way she walks, and then, You know, I just say, oh, how pretty she is. So probably check out more girls than.
Can you practice checking out on me as if?
Oh no, I should do it discreetly. So I just walk a few steps and then I look back.
You don't seem kind enough to walk like this.
You have to never get old, never be rude, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line.
You think we should never get old? We should never be rude? We should never fall down? What do you think of that?
卡了一下。
我先说吧，你说。
So people always want to see this perfect image of others, but we don't live in films. You know, we can't just follow a certain path and then we just succeed all the way to the end. Of course, there's going to be downfalls. There's going to be challenges and stuff. We will fail. And then sometimes when we go through a bad day and then someone comes towards you who can be rude, once in a while. We don't live in movies. We shouldn't just live up to people's standards. We're not like doing how people think, oh, you should do this and you should do that. No, it's our life.
Talking about the age anxiety, I used to have that anxiety, but after I come to the age of 30, I don't have that anxiety anymore. Because I do believe getting old elegantly by reading more books, traveling to more places, and loving more deeply is a very good way to get old. I could be a beautiful old lady as the time goes by, that you are more beautiful as you go ages, right? And also, as you mentioned, that we all have emotions. We are human beings, so treat it nicely. Treat yourself generously, caress yourself, and allow it to happen. Like, it's okay to have a meltdown or something. Just give yourself some space, some love, and some more time.
Yeah.
I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us.
Do you think you care that everybody likes you?
Sadly, I do. I shouldn't, but sometimes I think I care too much about what other people think. Theoretically, we shouldn't care what people think. We should do what we please. But I know in reality that's a lot of us care too much about what others think of us. But we need to give ourselves more credit. We're definitely worth all the good things in the world. Just maybe give some more weight to yourself.
Yeah.
Not the other.
I used to care what other people think of me, and I really want everybody likes me. But at one point, I don't know when that happened, I just care shit about other people thinking about me, because I think now my mental health is the most important thing. If I'm pleased within, I would treat other people kindly. But otherwise, everything is in disguise. I would pretend that I'm okay, actually it's not. After you had the courage and guts to be hated by other people, you find your life is easier. Say, if you confront someone in the work and you will show your bottom line, the other person wouldn't just interview in your life like that. One vivid example from the internet, as an influencer, I would sometimes receive some really bad comments. Say for once, someone comments my figure. I think that's a man. He says my bag looks like a bear's bag, and I'm very pissed off at that time. But later on I was like, who are you giving me that comment? But that comment only reflects who you are. You're like giving negative points to yourself and you reflected it to me. So I don't care about that, just delete it. That make my life easier.
Definitely. And he probably doesn't know, he couldn't understand the depth of your thinking, and he's like, no, what can I do to criticize her? Right, let's criticize her figure. Is that the best thing you come up with? It's terrible. Just shows how lack of education someone could be.
Yeah, really.
If a figure, or if this is something all that one person can think of, that must show that this person is very shallow.
Yeah, because in the movie Barbie, I also see Barbies in all sizes or occupations. So when the oversized Barbie in that movie received the same level of recognition, I do believe that's an ideal world, then that's the thing we should go prone to, because we shouldn't distinguish a person by its figure, by its size, race, and skin tones.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're all girls. We need to
support each
support
other.
each other.
Girls help
I know,
girls. Yeah.
not criticize, and then not to be mean.
Okay, one last question. How do you define feminism in the context of UK society?
So I would say feminism is more, men and women, they are equal. Whatever you can do, we can do it. I never judge us because of our sex. As engineers, we work in a male-dominated world, but there's no such thing as saying that female engineers just
Cannot
can't
do.
do
Yeah,
what
exactly.
the men engineers can do. We do the same job. We can do everything to the same level of perfection, if not better.
Yeah. For me, feminism is not only about women. It's not about women dominance. It's about men and a woman in harmony with each other, supporting each other. That kind of a harmonious society.
Absolutely.
And also, as you mentioned, we are engineers. We work in a men-dominated field. So when I did my research, I feel like whatever the boys can do, girls can do that too. So I really hope in the future more girls could embark on science and technology and be that proud women who live harmoniously with those male engineers and scientists. Thank you so much for the video today.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye. See you next time.